today I'll be responding to a question I received on how to deal with professional snitching. What's a snitch, first of all, you ask? Well, a snitch is someone who snitches, all right? But it's not that simple, okay? So a snitch is a street name given to an informant. It's a name given to anyone who secretly tells someone in authority that someone else has done something bad, usually in order to cause them trouble. All right? A snitch can be bad news for you if you work with one. Snitches really can be like an itch that never goes away if you have to deal with them at work. All right? So today I'm going to be dealing with that topic. Welcome again back to my channel. It's question and answer time again today. And as I've said, snitching is the topic. So if you know a snitch or you are thinking of becoming one, which I hope you're not, hold on. Don't do anything silly yet. Watch what I have to say and we'll take it from there. All right, shall we? Keep watching. I just uploaded my video on gossip in the workplace a few days ago. So when I got this request and I saw it was about the workplace again and involved something similar because snitching and gossiping are quite related, I wondered what I could advise this young lady that would answer her question. So I did a bit of research and I coupled it with my own experience as a former snitch. Yes, I'm ashamed to admit that I was once, and I've once been a snitch in my ignorant days. And I can tell you now that it didn't feel good at all. I lost my appetite and I was miserable for days while waiting for this person I snitched on to feel the full weight of the law come down on them. At least, I had a conscience, and I still have one. And my conscience kicked in pretty quickly, and I regretted my actions almost immediately. And thankfully, this person was spared any consequences for what they did, which actually was really bad and bordered on illegal when I think about it, But it didn't necessitate me reporting them like I did. I could have handled the matter with more efficiency and less emotions. But I'm wiser now, and I'm hoping someone else will learn from my experience too and from what I have to say today. Okay? So now this brings me back to my question, to the question I received. Lady Be Snitched, which is how she addressed herself, wrote this. Dear Insights, there's this woman from my workplace who pretended to be my friend and protector, only for me to find out that each time I make a mistake, she secretly runs to the boss and starts snitching on me. I'm so disappointed in her now because basically she keeps telling the boss that I'll never make it or get it right and that I make way too many mistakes. I'm really upset about this. How do I handle her in a way that won't get me fired? Signed, Besnitched Woman. Now, the first thing that I picked up on while reading this letter was the element of broken trust in the story. You see, trust amongst employees is as important as trust that should exist between employer and employee. And therefore, the one should not be elevated or given more importance above the other. Trust is one of the key components of any successful company or team. And if it is destroyed because of unnecessary tattletaling or snitching, if you like, it can kill the workplace atmosphere and team spirit. It will also decrease employee morale and therefore affect productivity in the office or even the workplace in general. So that being said, how can we deal with people who are friends with us at work and yet they choose to snitch on us or choose to snitch on you, as in this case? Now, first of all, let me establish one fact, and that is they are not your friends. Friends do not snitch on friends, all right? Let's get that straight from the get-go. Friends help each other cover their errors. Friends protect each other and have each other's backs all the time. Now, according to the writer, the snitching appears to be centered around her performance at work, which in my opinion is a minor issue that this lady friend of hers, if she were really a friend, could have easily helped her out with by either giving her advice on how to improve on her performance and giving her tips on how her output quality at work can get better instead of running off to tell on her every time. That's what friends do But in her case, she was just being petty for reasons best known to her. I mean, her reasons could be a case of workplace jealousy. We have many cases like that, you know. Or she may just be feeling insecure in her position and as a result has resorted to snitching on her friends as a way of casting herself in a more favorable light with management, as if that ever works. Who knows anyway, whatever her reason is. The fact is her actions are wrong and her accusations are petty because they're not considered heavy enough to require the kind of behavior she's exhibiting, you know. What she's doing would be more appropriate if the actions of the person she's reporting were illegal or dangerous or even an unethical one, where such as sexual harassment or any kind of workplace bullying or embezzlement of funds or threats of violence against someone or anything grievous, you know. Reporting such an offender to management is highly recommended, but not like in this case, which is nothing really but a waste of management's time and resources to follow up on. Okay, and so I think the boss in question here should really be reprimanded for wasting her time entertaining little gossips like that. It's not even snitching. That's why I'm saying it's gossip. You know, it's gossiping. It's not snitching. And it's very unsettling to know that a boss is engaging in it with a worker they're supposed to be line managing. But then again, who knows? Maybe her boss enjoys a little gossip with her early morning coffee. So she's taking everything this frenemy tells her about, you know, the lady in question with a pinch of salt. Whatever the case, I don't know. But all I'm saying is employees should not be encouraged to engage in such idle talk or complaints about a colleague's performance at work. It's simply not their business or place to determine whether your work is up to par or whether you came 10 minutes late to work or you left 5 minutes early or how many times at work you step outside to take a phone call or a cigarette or even how often you come back 10 minutes late from your 1 hour lunch break. The list is endless. List of many petty things people report others about is endless. And it's just pettiness at its best. Not necessary. And if it's not nipped in the bud early on, you can be sure, I bet you, that there will be divisiveness amongst the team and it will begin to grow and show. Now, my candid advice is this. You need to stay clear of this colleague, friend, person of yours, or at least minimize contact with them as much as you can. Because you see, if there's one thing I've learned about workplace snitching, it's that once they start snitching on you, you are constantly under their scrutiny without you even knowing it. Because while you're busy being all friendly and Miss Goody Two-Shoes around them and all comfortable and sweet, all they're doing basically is just busy plotting and gathering information against you. Yeah. You are practically giving them more fodder for their snitching. Now, I know that depending on the nature of your job and how closely you are required to work with some colleagues, it can be hard and almost impossible to completely avoid certain unpleasant people without jeopardizing the professional relationship every job demands you have, you know, with your employees or amongst employees. Therefore, I would advise that because you now know what she's snitching on you about, you must no longer ask her for help with work you're struggling with. If you've been doing so prior to now, you need to stop. And you must also curtail telling her anything about how you're getting on with any work task you've been given. She's not your line manager, I presume. So you don't owe her this accountability. Besides, I'm sure there are other colleagues in your workplace with better moral standing you could simply go to and ask, and who would be more than happy to help you. That's what teamwork is all about at the end of the day. Now, that being said, again, if I were you, and I'm sincere enough to admit to myself that the quality of my work is indeed poor, and I know I have been underperforming at work, I'd go a step further and take the wind out of the sail of this frenemy by approaching my line manager myself and letting her know that I am struggling with some aspects of work I've been given. I will then kindly ask her if there is a possibility of getting some training on it. And if there's no provision for that, I'd ask if she could appoint another task to me, one that I'm better at. You know, you may be bad at one thing, but you're good at something else. This is what line managers do after all, okay? They manage work done by their team, and it's their job to allocate tasks to each member of their team according to their capabilities, their strengths, and their weaknesses to ensure the work is done at the end of the day. That's it, all right? So I hope my answers have helped you today, and hopefully by your empowered follow-up actions after this, your snitch friend will know that you're now a step ahead of her. All right? Good luck with that. Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed watching this video again, please leave a comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell sign so you can get a notification each time I upload a new video. Have a wonderful day. Stay amazing. God bless you.